Okay, so thank you everybody for sticking it out to the bitter end of our all day long Guardians 2024 workshop, especially to those of you who are still here with us after our invited talks and technical talks. And just do a quick wrap up here. As those of you who were here a year ago know, my closing remarks are just a few slides, just to my usual preference is to keep posing questions. And so that's why I titled this year Question Seeking Answers. And just have a few slides here. And so what are some of the big picture questions that we need to keep asking? Uh, well, last year it was all about my question, what accountability for willful disregard? Unfortunately, the reality is that we do have people in science who are engaging in what some called fraud, fabrication, plagiarism, and misconduct. Regardless of what phrase you wish to use, it is a willful disregard of reproducibility, validity, and integrity in scholarly research. This problem has been exacerbated. Last year we had triple G. This year, courtesy of Kobe Taswell, extended to a 4G. We've added the additional G for cleaning. So we are going to be exploring this and writing about it, but this problem in academia of grooming, cleaning, gaslighting, and ghosting. This has to be coupled with our new questions and exploration of we do need a new nosology, which is basically just a classification of disease or a classification of behavior problems, or however you want to define nosology as some kind of categorization or classification. We need new metrics for measuring collective community, social, and public health. And this is sorry. There we go. The most important question I think that's before us over the course of the next few weeks and the next month or so is what must we do to end the information wars that threaten to destroy our democracy? And how can we really promote the theme of today's workshop for our invited speakers with that theme of people talking to people with civility, courtesy, tolerance, and respect? So I think part of what we're dealing with in America is a very short memory and forgetfulness about some of our important history. So I've tried to just remind some folks, quick reminders for profiles in courage and leadership. Some of these famous quotes from Franklin Delano Roosevelt during the Depression and World War II. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Certainly, Roosevelt called for America's duty and responsibility to be the great arsenal of democracy. Very, very important one in many people's opinion, especially for those who need to remind it, no, it's not all about you. It can be about someone else other than me, and me. So think of the other person some of the time, at least. Not always think about yourself, but think about the people around you, your family, friends, neighbors in the community. The test of our progress is not whether we add more to the abundance of those who have much. It is whether we provide enough for those who have too little. I was always a huge fan of Harry Truman's quote about the buck stops here. This is certainly a clarion call and appeal for people to live up to their duties and responsibilities. Please don't pass the buck. Please try to remember to this great role model example by Harry Truman. Buck stops here. It's my job. I'm going to get my job done. I'm going to complete the task and make sure that I make life a little easier for the people around me. But also his important quote about doesn't matter what the form of discrimination is. It doesn't matter whether it's race, creed, or color, land of origin, That is not the American ideal of democracy. And finally, the one for me personally, because I still remember the day when everybody was in such a state of shock when John F. Kennedy was assassinated. So to me, this one is most personally meaningful for me. Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. Help the people around you. Help the people in your neighborhood, your community, your county, your state, your country. Stop the hatred. Spread love and peace, not hate and war. So I'll leave it at that.
And
And
volunteer. You don't have to volunteer to be a fireman, but volunteer to help.
yes, of course, please, everybody, volunteer to help out in your neighborhood and community. Here's the contact info for Guardians, and with that, I will bring this Guardians workshop to a close, and I will once again thank everybody for their participation. So I guess I should remind all our presenters and speakers that if they want to convert their talk, slide presentation into a full manuscript, we will, of course, be publishing in our journal the manuscripts from all the talks and presentations given today. If certainly yours, Mika, yours, Adam, any of the invited speakers who send us manuscripts for their talks. We will be publishing those papers in our journal. We have a hard deadline at the end of the year, so we must make a deadline so that we can get a 2024 year copyright on it. I will be working with all of you, however I can help, to make sure that we get these manuscripts done nicely. If you happen to be familiar with LaTeX, we, of course, welcome and appreciate the complete source files. We do have our templates in LaTeX. That's what enables us to beautifully typeset these documents. So, and we're happy to help with that. So with that, unless there are any other shout outs before we close here, thank you, Josh. Thank you, Josh, for staying to the bitter end. Appreciate your support. And
Of course.
yeah, I need to thank you personally because your remarks about even just having the support of one other person make a huge, huge, huge difference. So thank you for your support over the past year. It's made a huge difference for me.
Yeah, if one thing that comes of this is giving you a chance to share your story and get your story published and talked about, that's well worth it.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what fireworks they're going to be in Hawaii.
And there's fair stuff going on there. Yeah. I mean, you asked how I did all this and didn't get fired. You realize I've created a platform for you to publish your story. That could be the death of me. But it's well worth it. That could be the.
Yeah.
I could get in some trouble for that, but it's well worth it.
Yeah, we need to turn that whole field into a legitimate, serious, authentic, well-developed line of academic inquiry and research. One of the possibilities is, we've always talked about meta. I mean, my 2010 paper was meta about meta. That was the one in Future Internet. So meta about meta, meta research. So it's research about research, right?
And about the ethics of research and the abuses of power in research.
Yep.
The integrity of research and the truth and integrity in research.
Yep. So thank you so much for your support over the last year. I really do appreciate it.
Feeling is mutual.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. It's been a long day, but hopefully worthwhile, and we will get all the recordings on YouTube up as soon as possible. Thank you, and good evening to all of you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.